I want to do a short class, staying down on the mat, no equipment necessary, just for postpartum, getting those glutes firing again, even postmenopause, just getting your hip stabilizers activating with your core breath. So let's get started. We're just going to start the class on our hands and knees. So as you come onto your hands and knees, we're just going to circle out the hips. And you're moving like nobody's watching you. So hit those corners with your hips. Make some big circles, pause if you get a good spot, hold and pause. And we'll start to circle the other way. You're indirectly warming up the knees as well here. Starting to slow down your breath. We're going to bring it backwards and forward, so activating those shoulders as you bring it forward and back, sort of round. As you take those hips back, back is whatever it is for you. However, wherever they end up, that's great. If they come all the way down, that's great too. Bring your arms to one side. Take a nice big breath into your rib cage here. As you're breathing here, as you inhale, the rib cage expands. Let's take it to the other side. The rib cage expands open to the sides. Feel your belly soften, and maybe you'll notice softening in the groin as you inhale. Come back to center. We're going to bring it down. We're going to get those glutes activated, of course, with my favorite pose here, starting with clamps. So we've got the knees out in front of you. You can rest down, head in the hand. Feet are behind you, knees are in front of you. So from here, you're lifting the knee, thinking about exhaling as you lift. And we're not trying to open the knee all the way open. You can even place your hand in front of your head. Get a little exhale and lift. Exhale and lift. Little. 8 and 9 and 10. We're going to bring the knees forward, feet up, open it up, then bring it down. Stopping where you need to stop. So if your knee only comes this high, then great, that's where you're working today. We're not forcing anything. And we're finding a little exhale. Hip stabilizers working again. Last 1 or 2, finishing up your 10. All right, let's bring in the core a little bit. So knees down. We're just going to gently activate the feet up and down. Little fishtail. We're not looking for a full twist here, just a little activation and down. Doing up to 5 or 10, whatever you're feeling like today. Last one. All right, we're gonna extend this leg out in front of you a little bit. Bring it up and over. Stretch it to the back, hold it there for a moment. Take a nice big stretch. Lengthening in the hip flexor. All right. The foot's behind me, but I'm bringing it back and down. Back and down. Give it a break. You can stretch out the front of your thigh for a moment. we're just gonna roll over and activate the other side. So starting with those clowns, we'll walk it over. So you can have your head in your hand, knees out. If you're feeling it like a little too much in the front of your thighs, you can bend your knees a little bit more. Okay, knees come forward, lifting the heels, and then open and close. Again, not forcing the open. If you're feeling tightness in the front of your thigh, just make it small, little activation. 5 or 10. So if you're just starting out, maybe do 5 today. Maybe next time you'll do 6 and just go from there. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to feel that activation. So somewhere in between. Last 2. Last 1. Bring the knees down. Again, knees are down, feet lift. Think about squishing, twisting, squeezing in the core just a little bit. And down, not a full twist, just a little activation and down. 9 and 10. You're going to extend the top leg, stretch it forward, bring it forward and back a couple times. And 2. And as it goes back, hold it there for a moment. Take a stretch. Lengthening through the side body. And then starting with those kickbacks. So bring it sort of in line, slightly behind. Kick it back. Kick it back. Rebuilding that foundation, getting the glutes firing again. If you've been sitting and feeding baby all day long, as we do, the glutes tend to turn off because they're overworked, they're overfired. Firing all the time as you're standing, you're trying to support the weight of your core that used to be there. Last 2. Last 1. You can take your stretch, whatever stretch you like in this position, and then we'll take it to hands and knees for a little more activation. And then we'll finish up. So come into your hands and knees when you're ready. All right. So if your wrists are sore, tired, whatever the case may be, you can always come down to forearms and do it this way. I'm going to go to hands and knees. Either way is great. We're going to extend the right leg. From here, press. So activate those shoulders so we're not sinking, we're active. Gazing at the top of your mat. And we're just doing little rainbows. So I'm tapping it here and here. Side to side. Big or small, your choice. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it in. We're going to take a moment here. Take your knees nice and wide. Stretch it back. Take a little break. And then we'll come right back and do the other side. So stretch it back. Time is of the essence when we have little ones running around. We want to get the work in before they find us. 5 or 10, whatever you're working towards today. We're thinking about using the glutes, the bum muscle, to lift the leg. So not just throwing the leg in the air, but squeezing and squeezing. Keep pressing those shoulders. I think we have a few more if you're doing 10. And last one. All right, from here, lazy puppy. I'll spare you the view. Take the arms out in front of you, keep your hips high. And just gazing down at your mat, so we're stretching under the shoulders and the underarms. From here, take an inhale, let your ribs expand, let your belly relax, let the groin soften. All right, we're gonna come back to our last bit of exercise. So we'll come into our donkey kicks, and you can bring it in a donkey kick, and as you tap it in, we're taking it open. Now again, we're not forcing our whole hip open, we're keeping the hips pointing down, and we're opening from there. So it's just a little engagement. Less is more. So pressing that mat away, if you wanna give your wrists a break, you can come down to your forearms here, and then whenever you're ready, I've got one side, I'm doing my right side. Kick it up, and a little engagement to the side. Kick it up, gazing at your hands. Find that nice exhale through pursed lips. Last one. Last one. Send it back, take those knees wide, stretch it back, take a moment. Let's do the other side. So bring it up either to your hands and knees, or maybe you're on forearms. Find your core, find your balance. Protect that neck, so we're just gazing at our hands. Squeeze the glute, and bring it open. Find that core breath as you move. Last ones. Take a moment here, hips stay high, stretch those arms out. Lazy puppy. Relax the belly, take a moment, really let it hang. So the glutes should be nice and fired up. Let's stretch them out. You can either do this seated, or you can come down onto your back. We'll just come into a nice figure four pose. You can stay here, rock it out. Got ankle over knee, or you can bring it a little closer. Let's switch sides. Bring it in or don't. Couple breaths here. Rock it out. Now we'll release the legs and let it go. All right, and that's it for today. Thank you. And that's it for your glutes today. See you next time.